For my first trick, interstate names and how they can help you figure out where you're going. First off, did you know that the highway names like I-10 or I-65 mean something? If the number's even, it means it goes from west to east. If the number's odd, it means it goes from south to north. And then there's more in that. Let's look at I-10. I-10 crosses the bottom of the US. It is the lowest interstate. Goes from California all the way to Florida. And then they count up. You got I-20. Similar thing. There kind of isn't an I-30, but there's 40. There's no 50. 60, not really. 70, 80, 90. 90's at the top. Same going the other way. You got I-5 all the way California going up the west coast. And then you keep moving over. I-15, I-25, I-35. 55. I'm not sure if there's a 45. 65, 75, 85, 95. 95 runs up the East Coast. But then you've got your in-betweens. You've got like I-77. And those, instead of going straight up and down like the other two, if it has a 5 or 0, it's a main interstate. If it's a number in between 5 and 0 or 5 and 10, it's going to be an odd interstate. It's used to be a highway. They turned it into an interstate, something like that. But they're going to be odd. And it also tells you if it's an odd or even number, if it's going north or south. If it's an even number, it's going to be east to west. Odd number, north to south. Or it may be an angle, whatever. Then you've got your spurs and your loops. They're going to be your interstates that have 3 numbers in the name, like 459 or 565 in Alabama. And then numbers tell you a story there too. If it's a loop, that first number is going to tell you it's going to be even. So whatever interstate it came off of, it's going to come back to it. It's usually a bypass or something like that. And then the second 2 numbers it's going to tell you what interstate it came off of and when it's going to loop back to. Similar with spurs. Their first number is going to be an odd number. And then the second numbers can tell you what interstate it came off of. It could come off and then dead end and end, or it could come off, turn back into a highway and keep going. But it's not going to come back to the interstate you came from. And on that note, if you're trying to figure out which way you're going, for some reason you've forgotten, or am I going north? Am I going south, east, west? You can tell by looking at your mile markers. They're counting up or down. If you're at mile marker 20 and it's counting up to 21 or 0.1, whatever, you could do it faster in some states than you can others, because they'll do them by half mile or shorter. But if it's counting up and you're on an even number, you're going to be going east because it comes from west to east and it counts up. And then if you're on odd number, like 65, it counts from bottom to top. So if you're going up, you're going up. You're going north. It's going down, you're going south. And then with the east to west, going east, going up, it's like reading a book. Goes from this way, that way. I think in my next video, we're going to talk about signs. May seem insignificant, but they mean a lot. Because if you're driving down the road, you need to read your signs. You need to pay attention to them. You need to know what they mean. That's color, shape, all this stuff factors in. We'll see you on the next one.